purchased this through Steam, so I've just opened up Steam here. Now we're going to go straight to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Start that up. I went for the premium edition on this, and the download time was 8.5 hours to download, which is a significant size of files. Apparently it's got like pretty much all of the world mapped out to great detail. If you're interested in the specs required to play this piece of software, to play this flight sim, I'll leave a link in the description below with the details, but you can also check out my video on my PC build for Flight Sim 2020 and DCS World Combat Sim. Apparently uses this Black Shark AI to generate the scenery using data from Google Maps. I'll do a brief overview of this and then just a quick flight just to show you how it works, and then I'll give you my opinion on the software and how it compares with Flight Simulator X. Do get regular updates on this, a lot of scenery updates. The recent one was Japan. I just had a new update of Japan, and obviously with the premium edition you've got some more detailed airports. But you can buy additional scenery as more and more airports come online and third-party vendors are introducing more parts. Right, here we are in the welcome screen. There's our welcome screen here. On the welcome screen we've got world map. This is where you go to select your aircraft and your departure and arrival destinations. You've got flight training here, which takes you through flying a Cessna 152, so you can learn all the controls and how they operate, all the dials and switches and so on. Along with this they give you here some landing challenges. There's a whole group of landing challenges here where you can pit your skills against other people in the community, so you can see your ranking in the world as to how well you've done on a landing at certain airports. News and updates, feedback and support. And then if we go along to the second tab here, this is the profiles tab. You can see here we are, I've done 10 hours of flying, which is fairly basic at the moment. Your hangar is where all your aircraft are stored, so you can select your aircraft from your hangar here. This is the one I've got currently selected, which is the Skyhawk 172, Cessna 172 with the glass cockpit. The detail is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We go back now. Here you've got your logbook, so you can see where you've been flying from, how many hours and so you've been doing, whether or not it's been day or night, etc. So that's the profile tab. Then you've got marketplace, which is where you can purchase your third-party add-ons, extra scenery. Through here you've got a full catalogue of all the things you can purchase there. and then your options tab. Options here in general options. We have our graphics settings, so you can set your display mode. I'm going full screen. I've got a widescreen monitor, so 3840 by 2160. Your rendering quality and your frames per second, all of this can be set in here. Tree shadows and lens flares, all of this here. Your cameras. This is your camera section where you can toggle through your cameras. Sound settings. Traffic. Now traffic here, you can have live traffic, you can have AI generated traffic, you can show traffic nameplates, but I don't like to have them on because I like a bit more realism, so I turn off all the details there, along with if you go into data, here you can adjust your data functionality. I've got multiplayer on. Live weather you can have on or off. Flight modules. Miscellaneous. Units of measurement. Language, so on, all in there. So let's go back now to our welcome screen and we'll set up a flight. So let's go to our world map, and here, as you say, I've selected the Skyhawk, but if you click on there you can go through the whole catalogue of aircraft, from your large jets with the A320neo, the Boeing 747 and the 787 Dreamliner. You've got stunt aircraft like the Pitts Special. You've got twin props here like the Beechcraft, the Cessna Caravan. Here's the Cessna Caravan. You've got some small jets, citation jets, crop dusters, etc. You can select any one of these. I've gone for the, as I say, the Skyhawk 172, and then if you come down here you can select the liveries, so you can change the colours of the aircraft. You can also import third-party liveries as well. Check your weights and balances. This is where you can set your fuel settings and your passengers and cargo weights. Failures is where you can actually arm failures, so you can have a failure happen during your flight, but we'll avoid that for now. ATC options. This is where you set your tail number, put G TOGA, your call sign, flight number, and so on. It's on there. Right. Up here we've got from and to. So we're going to select our departure airport, and we'll go from Nice. Let's try Nice. It's Nice. That should be in the day. Pick a parking spot. Nice. Right, let's go on a ramp. Don't want to take off from the runway, I want to take off from the ramp, so let's zoom right in on here. See what we've got on parking. Right, so it's going to have us taking off on 22 left. So we start down here somewhere, so we know where to go. Ramp 63, so we'll set that as our departure. And then our arrival, we're going to go back to Nice, and we're coming on runway 22 left again. Let's just check that. It's got us coming in over the mountains here. I want to come in over the sea, so we'll go at 4 right. Set that as our arrival. So we're coming in on 4 right. Okay, flight conditions again, just check out flight conditions with daytime, clear skies, just beautiful, that's what I want. Lovely. Here we've got the length of the runway and what type of surface it is. Here you have your frequencies for the ATIS, tower and approach. And we just click here now, fly. So just loading all the data necessary. Now I'm using a Cessna X52 for my controls on this, because I also use DCS World, which is a combat simulator, so I find the joystick is better for the F-15s and the A-10s, etc. Plus a lot of the heavy jets like the A320neo use joystick controls and all now. So we'll just wait for this to load up and then I'll just go through a few other parts on here. It's obviously a lot of data to come in, that's why it takes so long to load. Right, so here we are at Nice in France. There's our little Cessna 172. As you can see, it's added our registration to it. It's rendered beautifully, really looks good. Ready to fly and see if we get our menu bar. Here it is. Here's our menu bar up here. Now you get various controls come up. I've got them on a second monitor, but I'm going to drag them up to the main monitor so you can see them. There's our ATC. There's our VFR map. So I have these on a second monitor, otherwise they block the view here. And this one here, just bring this last one up. These are your camera settings here. Now if I just run through these, you've got three types of camera. You've got your cockpit view camera, and you can actually extend this menu down, which will run through your different cockpit views. So you can change through your fixed cameras. These are all your cockpit camera views. So if we go here, we've got instrument views. Instrument 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Your pilot views. Then you have your second camera, which is your external camera. Now what this does is gives you an external view of the aircraft, but it also brings in your controls here, your engine revs, your airspeed, fuel, flaps, trim, etc., altitude, vertical speed indicator, are all shown here while you can see an external view of your aircraft. Let me try and move that out of the way for a second so you can just see. And you can pan and rotate this. And look at that. Not a lot going on here at Nice, but it's a beautiful sunny day. And you can toggle between these camera views during your flight. And the last one is called Showcase, and what it is, it's actually a drone camera. Now this drone camera, if you plug in a Xbox controller, you can actually disengage this drone camera from the aircraft and just fly the drone around. So let's give that a try. Oh, we're going down. Right, here we go. So we're flying up, flying forward, and you can just fly the drone around, which is great. Getting panoramic shots. Spin this aircraft. Oh, so there's a drone. You go up, down, left, right, forward. Let's try and find our little aircraft that's waiting for us. And you can just control this drone camera, just say with an Xbox controller is the easiest way. There's our little aircraft down there, so pan into it. Here we are. You're very good with these steady cams, you can get a very good passing shot. And there we are. That's your 3 camera modes. I'm going to switch back to cockpit camera, and I'm going to move this off of our main screen now, so we get a bit more visual there. Let's try and move that out of the way there. Lovely. Right, so as I say, here's our VFR map and there's our ATC on there. Again, I'm going to drag the ATC off of the main screen because we don't want that blocking everything. I'll put that on my second monitor there. And the VFR map can come down as well. Just click there and it allows you to unlock it and move it to your second screen. Know where we're going anyway. So, right, so here we are. I'll pop that Xbox controller back down. So here we are in our cockpit. We can pan around the cockpit. So let's start from cold and dark. Now they're waiting to give you a pushback, so you can't get any commands up on your ATC until you start up your battery. So we'll go with checked our wheel brakes are on, parking brakes on, lovely, battery on.
TOS system test, okay.
So this is just booting up here. Cancel any warnings. Ground services, here we go, select ground services, we'll request pushback.
Nice ground, Cessna.
We don't really need a pushback from where we are, but just to show you it working. And so he's activated there, or she has. Just release our parking brake as soon as she's in position. Release the parking brake. We can switch to an external view. Now, as you can see, her head just went straight through the wing there. So these pushbacks are really designed. There we go, look how jumpy that was. So a little bit of error there. Need to sort that out, Microsoft. So I'm going to stop the pushback now.
Nice ground, Cessna Golf. Tango Oscar Golf Alpha requesting the end of pushback.
Cessna Golf. Tango Oscar Golf Alpha request to end pushback received.
And let's go back to our cockpit view and get things started up in here. As you can see, look, another aircraft's just landed here. This is actually, is he taking off? He's taking off extremely slowly. And no undercarriage. He has no gear. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Right, let's get this started. Parking brake on. Parking brake set. Fuel valve shut. Set our throttle. A little bit of throttle. Yeah. Okay, so so that's on there. We're beacon on. Fuel pumps. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Magneto's on. Start.
Nice ground, Cessna Golf. Tango Oscar Golf Alpha with Charlie, request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Put our alternator on.
Cessna Golf, Tango Oscar Golf Alpha taxi to and hold short of runway 22 left using taxiway Charlie Delta, cross runway 22 right. Contact tower on 121.78 when ready.
So ATC has asked us to hold short runway 22 left
cross runway 22 right, Cessna Oscar Golf Alpha.
and then cross to runway 22 right. Contact the tower when ready. And you can see I've got these markers on because until you know the airfield you're not quite sure where to go with your taxiways. So let's put the pitot heat on. Taxi lights on. Okay, I'm going to taxi out now to this runway. So we need to go out that way. So let's release our parking brake. And a bit of throttle. Chop that poor woman's head off. As you can see, most of the cockpit information is given on those screens. This is what they refer to as a glass cockpit. Most of your control information is here. These screens here. You do have some proper dials, instruments here as backup instruments there. Let's get that other one on. There we go. Not sticking to our midline. Very bad practice. So you can look around the cockpit. What's that on the runway? Is that Boeing again there? Is it going backwards? I do love it with the multiplayer, it's great. Because anything can happen. So we're going to hold short here before we cross an active runway. Someone on our runway, I think. Just check that we're clear either side. That Boeing's going for an awful short takeoff. Clear left, clear right. Get across as quick as possible. So we're going to be right behind that Boeing.
Nice tower, Cessna Golf. Tango Oscar Golf Alpha ready and runway 22 left straight on departure.
Cessna Golf, Tango Oscar Golf Alpha cleared for takeoff runway 22 left straight on departure approved.
We'll do a quick
Cleared for
circuit
takeoff
and back
runway
in.
22 left, Cessna Oscar Golf Alpha.
Just see how this performs. Okay. Check trim. Set to takeoff trim. Let's put some flaps in. First flaps. Landing lights on. Taxis off. Nav lights on. And here we go. Flaps up. Very pretty. Very pretty indeed. Just bring this past. Do another turn on to finals, keeping it about 1,000 feet. And we'll request a landing, request a full stop landing.
Nice tower, Cessna Golf. Tango Oscar Golf Alpha to land.
Cessna Golf, Tango Oscar Golf, Alpha Nice Tower. Fly right down wind runway, 4 right. Altimeter, 2 wind 269 tree.
Enter right traffic runway 4 right Cessna Oscar Golf Alpha.
So it wants us to come in onto 4 right. So quite a bit of turning. Oh, is that 747 coming in again? Start my turn. And 90 degrees. Let's bring it around. Bring my flaps in. Is. It's down there on the deck. Which he's taking off again. I'll try and come in behind him. Hope there's not a lot of wind turbulence. I don't think he's going. Okay, I've got to take the other runway.
500.
We have traffic on the runway. Slow down. Shot it a bit there. My rudder control is very, very stiff. Flare.
Cessna Oscar Golf Alpha contact ground on 118.7.
Brakes.
118.7 for Cessna Oscar Golf Alpha.
Let's turn off here. And there you are. Let's pull into parking. General aviation parking. Slow down a bit with it. Flaps up. Hop here next to this Cessna Caravan. And we do an engine shutdown. So parking brake on. Let's just bring it down. Park brakes on. Landing lights off. Nav lights. So everything off. And there you have it. It was a quick flight. I hope you enjoyed that. And my review. Okay. what can I say? Very pretty. Getting better. There's a lot of updates coming in, especially with third-party developers coming in, writing a lot more for it. It is exceptionally pretty and detailed. The aircraft themselves are not modelled as well as something like the PMDG. The loading time is long and frustrating, but on the whole, very good, very pretty, enjoying it more and more. I fly the aircraft. I must admit, with this one I'm doing a lot more hands-on flying than with the PMDG, which was reliant on autopilot and your flight management systems. This is more hands-on. I'm enjoying that a lot more. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my PC build for this software and DCS World, and I hope to have some videos on DCS World as well. Okay, take care. Thanks very much for watching.